Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a reissue, actually, maybe a newish issue, of Carl Orff's Prometheus on Orfeo. There's only been one other recording of this thing. It was on the Acanta label, as I recall. I'm not sure if it ever made it to CD. It was practically unlistenable. The work, not the performance. So it is here. What is going on with Carl Orff and Prometheus? Well, this was performed on the occasion of his 80th birthday or something like that in October 1975. Yeah, he was 80 since he was born in 1895. And it's Orphish, Orphic, Orphaceous. Well, as Carl Orff got older, his music just dried up. It really did. He was obsessed with this sort of world theatrical, philosophical project. It was very German, where he was going to somehow create modern equivalents of the classic Greek dramas, and he did it. I mean, he did it with Oedipus, and two Oedipuses and an Antigone, and then there was this thing, Prometheus, which was the last of his Greek tragedy cycle. And as these things progressed, the music got to be less and less. I mean, they're scored rather similarly. It's double basses, brass and winds, a bunch of pianos, and a hellacious number of percussion instruments from all over the world, all used very abstemiously in the lightest way for the most part to accompany either sort of rhythmic chanting or declamation or the chorus, which are really the best parts because he actually has to write like music for the chorus. So what the first three, the Oedipus ones, were all in German. They were, I think, Holderline translations of the original Greek. But for Prometheus, no. German was far too quotidien. He wanted to do it in the original ancient Greek, which not even modern Greeks understand. I mean, it is absolute gibberish. And it's very different from, for example, Stravinsky's Oedipus Rex, where, the text is in Latin, which nobody's supposed to understand, but you have a narrator who's explaining to you what's happening, number one. And number two, there is music throughout, so there is tension between what we understand is happening and the music as it's playing and what we know the characters are saying, so that that it's a whole different aesthetic experience. I mean, this is, first of all, the story is that of Prometheus. I mean, we know the story, right? And, he brings fire, he gets chained to a rock, he gets his liver pecked at. I mean, and at the end, he gets zapped by one of Zeus's thunderbolts. And, it's all very loud when the zapping happens. And the percussion sonorities are marvelous. I mean, I'm a percussionist. I love percussion and percussive sonorities. But I don't want to hear 2 hours, and in this performance, it's 2 hours and... Hold on to your hats. Up 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 1 second of people screaming at me in ancient Greek, because it's mostly talking rather than singing. I mean, it's tough enough. The singing is difficult enough in the earlier ones because the singing, it's monophony, monophonic chant, basically, for the most part, with some occasional percussive accompaniments or pedal points or something. Well, here there's even less. So for every ear-catching bit of, percussion, some expostulation or interesting sonority, and there are quite a few, or some beautiful moment in the chorus, like right at the beginning when the Oceanides arrive and there's this offstage female chorus. It's very haunting. They're beautiful moments, but the rest of the time you've got people screaming at you in ancient Greek, which is just maddening. It's absolutely maddening. And the total quantity of real music, I mean, like music, traditional music, I'm not saying there aren't other kinds, but traditional sort of music is very minimal. Now, that said, sound is really good. It's a Bavarian radio production. It was a concert performance. The performance is a knockout with Rafael Kubelik and the members of the Bavarian Radio Symphony and the women's chorus. And a wonderful cast: Roland Herrmann, Colette Laurent, Fritz Uhl, Joseph Greindl, all these famous singer people who learned to do it. Oh, what a thankless task that must have been. And so it's on 2 discs, and it's available. And I'm telling you, for all of you Orffniks, if you really, really want to get it, and you're desperate for your hit of Orff, that's fine. But there's got to be a limit to this stuff. I mean, I remember when the wonderful story about how when Herbert von Karajan had to do the premiere of Orff's De Temporum Fine Comida, he recorded it, and he was in the control room with Orff, and they were supposedly listening to playbacks, and it turned out that Karajan was listening to playbacks of his recording of Mahler's Fifth, and wasn't listening to Orff at all because he just didn't care. It's very hard to care about this music. It's not warm. It's not snuggly. It's not expressive. It's dry, and it's well, it is what it is. If you want a monolithic ancient Greek myth sort of hurled at you in ancient Greek with a lot of percussive banging and clanging, or as they would say auf Deutsch, it's a Schlag and Schrei fest, then, your ship has come in. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.